This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.
Mitchell Smith is the president, CEO, and chairman of Global Energy Metals, a company that acquires and develops high-quality cobalt assets. Mitchell presented to the Richmond Club in early 2019, and he is back today with an update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much to the Richmond Club for inviting me here today, and I hope everybody's enjoying their lunch. I'm Mitchell Smith. I'm President and CEO of Global Energy Metals. We're listed on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol GEMC. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about cobalt and critical minerals and the importance that this metal applies to the new energy, low carbon economy that we're transitioning into. And so I think, you know, we've heard from other speakers here today about the electrification thesis and the realization that the time is now to be investing in those metals that are critical for this new phase of energy storage. Unlike the well-supplied lithium market, supplies of nickel and cobalt are of a great concern, and the demand for these metals has grown sharply over the last number of years. You know, most of this is being because of electrification of vehicles and transportation, and so what it's happened is it's created an opportunity for investment into these metals. Why cobalt and why now? And again, it's all about the electrification thesis. You know, we see that there is a significant amount of supply that is being challenged, given that most of the world's cobalt comes from jurisdictionally challenged place, the DRC. 80% of the world's cobalt is then refined in China, and so there's almost a monopoly in the cobalt space, and we're trying to build a solution to that, and creating an investment opportunity for our shareholders to gain that mineral exposure. So we built Global Energy Metals a number of years ago with our stakeholders in mind. We want to be able to provide exposure to those minerals that are critical for that low energy economy. And in doing so, we've secured projects in safe, top-tier mining jurisdictions with exploration and development upside that we believe has the opportunity for success for the company and our stakeholders. And so in doing so, we've developed a strong, diversified portfolio of strategic battery mineral projects in Australia, in the United States, in Nevada, and in Canada as well, in Ontario. And so to highlight this asset portfolio, again, our MILLENNIUM project in Queensland, Australia, it presents as an excellent opportunity to develop a cobalt asset that has known significant size today, and the opportunity to expand on that in the future. Our Canadian asset, the Werner Lake project, it's being funded by a partner for exploration and expansion. And more recently, we acquired the Lovelock and Treasure Box projects in Nevada, which is a fantastic mining jurisdiction to be in, and only 150 kilometers away from the Tesla Gigafactory. So I'll touch a little bit on the Lovelock and Treasure Box project. It's drill ready. It was a historic cobalt and nickel producer, and again, it's 150 kilometers away from the Tesla Gigafactory. And this is a project that was mined historically and showed exceptional grades: 14% cobalt, 12% nickel, several percent copper as well. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, but it was fragmented ownership over the course of the last 100 or so years. And because of that, it was never explored using modern technique. We're about to change that. We did an initial de-risking phase of project exploration over the course of this past summer, and we're now ready to interpret that data and do a first ever inaugural drill program on this project. And so, we believe that there's certainly some very exciting times ahead for the Nevada assets that we have. And again, it's timed perfectly in terms of breaking that reliance on foreign mineral supply and being able to allow for efforts to be put in place to secure new domestic raw material supply. And so we call this the road to electrification, because it truly is an opportunity to advance a project that has known mining capabilities in one of the world's best mining jurisdictions, and permits are in place. We're able to drill this. The next step is really to begin that drilling program, as I mentioned. Over the course of the past several months, we were able to collect and do a number of analysis on the project, did geological mapping, both surface and underground, using some of the existing adits. We used a drone to do magnetic and orthophoto digital work, and now we're looking to interpret that data and prioritize some drill targets, and in doing so, earn our 85% interest in the project through exploration spend. I'll touch base a little bit on what's our flagship project. This is the MILLENNIUM cobalt asset. Since the last time I was here, we've acquired this project 100%, along with two additional cobalt, copper gold projects in the Mount Isa region of Queensland, Australia. It's located close to well-established mining, transport, and processing infrastructure. We have a team built into the acquisition with Hammer Metals that has very strong jurisdictional and technical expertise, and we're using their manpower, their know-how to be able to move this project forward. Next steps really for this project are to reevaluate the resource under a cobalt lens, and look to do further expansion drilling on this project and bring it to a scoping study. We believe that there's a significant opportunity to expand on this resource. Only a fraction of the 3-kilometer strike has actually been explored, but we believe that there's an opportunity to again greatly expand on that and have a resource of scale in one of the world's best mining jurisdictions in Queensland, Australia, close to infrastructure and obviously the Asian markets who are buying the cobalt that's being necessary for today's electrification of vehicles, etc. So just over 3 million tons of resource today at 0.14% cobalt. We did a program in 2008 that has not been included in this. We believe that there's an opportunity to increase that resource significantly with further drilling. We've highlighted a hole here that has some significant cobalt numbers. And part of the strategy is through acquisition and acquiring the Mount Dorothy and Cobalt Ridge assets positions Global Energy as the leading cobalt-focused explorer in Queensland. It gives us a very significant land position in what is a very prospective land in a very strong part of the world. We're at a point where we're looking for partnerships to be able to assist in developing these assets with us. We've spent a lot of time working with intermediary and downstream users who recognize the importance of cobalt to the low energy economy and want to see assets developed in safe mining jurisdictions. So we see that this is certainly an underexplored part of our story and significant blue sky potential ahead. Warner Lake is a historic cobalt producer. It's in Ontario, and again, I won't spend much time on this as our partner Marquee Resources is working to advance that asset, but we still have a 70% hold on that project. One thing I will mention about MILLENNIUM is we just announced a non-dilutive royalty financing with Electric Royalties, a new company that will be IPOing later this month to allow for some of that exploration and development work to occur. And so giving up a very small royalty in exchange for capital and upside with shares of theirs gives our shareholders an opportunity to grow within that space. Part of our strategy is not only exploration, but it's also one of technology, and we're looking at other verticals in order to allow for us to evolve into a stronger company, and believe that there's opportunities for us to explore partnership opportunities with other groups in the recycling and reuse, upcycling of battery materials to integrate into the immediate supply chain and create another vertical for our shareholders to gain exposure to the overall electrification thesis. So I've highlighted 5 reasons here to why we should be investing in Global Energy Metals. Cobalt obviously has very serious supply constraints, and there's a strong demand that's being brought on through the electrification of vehicles and energy storage markets. We have a global presence with projects strategically located in top-tier mining jurisdictions. We're in Nevada, we're in Queensland, and in Ontario as well. Our leadership team, we've built a team that has been focused on cobalt for over a decade. They have an understanding of this and partnerships in place that will allow for our vision as a company to take place. We're collaborating with industry peers. We're using technology that's allowing us to prove out recovery rates on our cobalt assets and really highlight the ability to produce material for end users. And finally, as part of this, we believe that we're at a time when there's a significant understanding that cobalt, nickel, coppers they're critical for the electrification to happen, and being part of that movement at this time is paramount. So I'll leave you with that. There's other slides here that we can go through. Very strong strategic advisor. Again, the team that we've built that underscores a deep-rooted knowledge of the sector. But thank you very much, and if there's any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them later when we chat. So thank you very much.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know. You've been watching the Richmond Club Report. If you've just come across this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm sure you'll find a lot of interesting and lucrative investment and trading ideas around here. We'll see you again soon on the next video. Cheers, guys. Have an amazing and profitable day.